From mummies to mammoths, there have been some strange and amazing historical artifacts unearthed at construction sites. Don't forget to click subscribe to become part of the DTR family and that little bell icon so that you know when we post new videos. Number 12. 1800s era shipwreck at Seaport District, South Boston. In May 2016, during the excavation of 121 Seaport Boulevard, the construction crew discovered a large preserved ship. Skanska, the construction company, temporarily called off excavation and sought help from Public Archaeology Library (PAL) Inc. According to these archaeologists, the shipwreck was from a two-masted schooner known as Pinky. This 60-foot-long vessel belonged to the 1800s era, somewhere between 1869 and 1885. It was used to transport lime, as dozens of partially filled lime barrels were found parallel to the keel. A total of 1,200 lime barrels were estimated to be present on the ship. These barrels were covered with Rockla lids, which meant that they belonged to Rockland, Maine. Interestingly, a knife and a pair of forks from the late 1860s were also recovered from the vessel. Number 11. 10,000-year-old stone tools, Redmond, Washington. Before the construction of Redmond Town Center Mall in Washington, archaeologists who were surveying the area stumbled upon ancient artifacts. These included more than 4,000 stone tools that were around 10,000 years old. Robert Copperell, the archaeologist working in the area, provided that these tools were amongst the oldest found in the area. He was pretty amazed by the discovery. Stone flakes, awls, and spear points were included in the list of tools that were unearthed. It is assumed that around 10,000 years ago, when ice retreated from Redmond, small groups of individuals started living in the area. Chemically analyzing the tools revealed that these individuals ate salmon, bear, and deer. A big thank you to all you guys who leave us comments. For today's video, we are giving a big shout out to Oh Musical Me, who commented on our video Bizarre Statue Discoveries Around the World. Thanks for watching and commenting, Oh Musical Me. Number 10. Woolly Mammoth Tusk, Seattle, Washington. In February 2014, when construction workers were digging 7 feet below the surface level at AMLI Residential Partner Apartment in South Lake Union in Seattle, they suddenly came across a fossilized mammoth tusk. Paleontologists found that the tusk was 8 feet 6 inches in length. It belonged to mammoths from Colombia. Although the definite age of the tusk wasn't declared yet, it was said to be more than 16,000 years old. It was taken to the Burke Museum of Natural History and Culture, where it accompanied 25 other tusks. As per paleontologists, the tusk will help in doing further research on these ancient fossils. Number 9. Native American Artifacts, Pelham Bay Park, Bronx. While workers were busy with the construction of Pelham Bay waterfront access in the Bronx, they accidentally discovered Native American artifacts. According to experts, these artifacts date back to 200 AD. Around 100 pieces of ceramics, pottery, and stone tools were unearthed from the site. The exact tribe to which these artifacts belong still remains unknown. Experts say that allies or neighbors of Algonquian, Unkekchog, and Shinnecock tribes might be the rightful owners of these tools. New York City Archaeological Repository in Manhattan will be the home to these artifacts. Number 8. 13th century medieval manor, Wellington, Somerset. In April 2013, during the construction of Longforth Farm in Wellington, Somerset, archaeologists came across the remains of a 13th century medieval building complex. As per the discovery, the place was robbed and only a hall and service wing was identified. Some amazing artifacts included ceramic roof tiles and other decorated floor tiles. These remains indicated that this place was used for religious purposes. A senior historic environment officer found the unearthing to be unique and mysterious. The owners as well as the origins of this medieval manor are still unknown. But one thing is clear, that this strange building belonged to wealthy and affluent individuals from the 13th century. Number 7. Ancient whale fossil, Santa Cruz County, California. During the excavations for a housing development project in Santa Cruz County, 2 paleontologists discovered ancient whale fossils. The fossilized skeleton was 4 million years old, and it belonged to an ancestor of the baleen whale. The length of the skeleton was 25 feet, with pieces of skull, shoulder blades, and jaw and arm bones still intact. How this whale reached into the hills? According to Scott Armstrong, a paleontologist, earthquakes and shifting of tectonic plates caused lifting of land. Small tools including shovels and brooms were used by workers to excavate this unique find. The fossilized whale was covered in plaster in order to protect it during its transportation. Number 6. 1,500-year-old Byzantine Church, Israel. In December 2017, the excavations work on the Ramat Beit Shemesh expansion was in full bloom when a group of archaeologists made an amazing discovery: a 1,500-year-old Byzantine-era church. The church was in working condition since circa 150 CE. It was till 7th century when the church was abandoned and the place was then used by Islamic farmers. Archaeologists working on the site considered this reveal to be something big. The church had decorative mosaic floors with Turkish marble, large window panes, and ceramic tiles on the roof. The mosaic floor in particular had an eye-catching design with bird, leaf, and pomegranate decorations. Several hundred coins and other glass material were uncovered from the site as well. Over 1,000 teenagers are taking part in the excavation of the church. A few other monasteries and churches have been discovered in the neighboring area. Number 5. 15th century Spanish hospital, Madrid. Apple Inc. is on a spree of opening new stores around the world. One such store was being constructed in Madrid back in 2013 when a groundbreaking discovery was made. The construction workers found remains of a 15th century Spanish hospital. In the 1400s, when the plague took over Europe, this hospital was used to treat the victims. This discovery wasn't out of the blue for archaeologists, as remains of a church were also found in the adjoining area. As per historians, the church was located right next to this hospital. For 10 months, Apple halted the construction of its new store and held negotiations with the local authorities in order to decide about the future of these ruins. Eventually, Apple came up with a solution to open a window onto the ruins. This allowed the visitors to take a look at this fascinating piece of history. Number 4. Roman Eagle Statue, London. In October 2013, at a hotel development site in London, archaeologists found an ancient Roman sculpture. The statue had an eagle which was firmly gripping a serpent in its mouth. It was made out of limestone and was around 26 inches tall. According to archaeologists, the statue dated back to 1st or 2nd century, and it was indicative of the craftsmanship of people from the Roman Empire. The eagle was a symbol of good, whereas the serpent represented evil. The sculpture clearly highlighted the struggles between good and evil. It has now been placed in the Museum of London. Number 3. 121-year-old time capsule, Kingjusie, Scotland. In August 2015, construction workers from Morgan Sindall Company were working on a €622,000 project of constructing a new bridge in the Scottish Highlands. They uncovered a metal box from the site which was actually a time capsule from the 1890s. This capsule included a folded newspaper, a bottle of whiskey, and a paper scroll. The newspaper, The People's Court, was dated the 29th of September, 1894. It was interesting how the liquid was still intact within the whiskey bottle. Robert Ogg from the company said that it was a fascinating discovery for them. This 121-year-old time capsule was donated to Highland Folk Museum. Have you heard about something incredible being discovered at a construction site? Let us know in the comment section below. Your comment could be featured in an upcoming video. Number 2. Ancient Roman Villa, Wiltshire, UK. Mr. Luke Irwin, who had the intentions of getting electricity work done for his home near Tisbury Village in Wiltshire, stumbled upon one of the largest remains of an ancient Roman villa. He is a rug designer by profession, and he wanted to get a few lights installed for his kids in the backside of his house. A section of Roman mosaic became visible when the construction workers were only 18 meters below ground level. Mr. Irwin called in a team of archaeologists to examine the site. It was found that the villa was built somewhere between 175 and 220 AD. It had around 25 rooms and it belonged to a wealthy family. Amongst the artifacts that were unearthed, there was a Roman well, a child's coffin, discarded oyster shells, Roman coins, and heating pipes under the floor. Interestingly, as the cost of excavating and preserving this massive site is close to hundreds of thousands of dollars, archaeologists have reburied these ancient remains. Number 1. 700-year-old mummified woman, East China. In 2011, in the city of Taizhou in East China, a few road workers were digging the ground in order to expand a road. It was just like any other construction day, and they were digging around 6 feet below the ground level. What they didn't know was that hiding beneath the layers of mud was a coffin. Within that coffin lived a 700-year-old mummified woman. According to archaeologists, the mummy belonged to a high-ranked woman from the Ming Dynasty between 1368 and 1644. She was in excellent condition with her eyebrows and other facial features still intact. She wore a silk and cotton dress and a ring on her right hand. In her coffin, she was immersed in a brown liquid. The workers also discovered 2 other coffins. Thanks for watching! Coming up next, amazing discoveries found in caves. Because of the temperatures inside the cave that peak at 136 degrees Fahrenheit with about 90 to 99% humidity. The air inside is also acidic, and there's no natural light flooding into the cave. Just last year, scientists discovered 40 different ancient microbe strains trapped inside.